The Heat with a 1-point lead, halftime of Game 6 in Miami. Jalen Brunson leads all scorers with 22, 17 for Bam Adebayo. Jalen Rose, I'm Mike Greenberg, Stephen A. Smith. We start with you. Your thoughts on the first half?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all, Greeny.
No.
Let me tell you something. Put the camera right here, please. Let me tell you something right now. You got a 14-point lead. It's elimination time. You up 31-17. Jalen Brunson balling. Needs a break, and the moment he needs a break, he ain't have a chance to pass gas. And the next thing you know, they go on a 7-0 run. Julius Randle turning the ball over. Julius Randle missed fall-away jump shot. Julius Randle missed layup, getting into the lane. Grimes comes in. Let me join the party. I'm going to turn the ball over, too. I'm so disgusted because guess what, Jalen? I knew that the Miami Heat, guess what, they're in a better position, but when they went up 14 points, I'm like, yo, we can do this. We can do this. And sure enough, Julius Randle, and let me not forget R.J. Barrett because he's Mr. Sensitive. He wants everybody to praise him, right? 1 of 5 shooting in 15-plus minutes. I mean, damn. Come on. This is what we're dealing with right here.
Greeny.
A 14-point lead. Go on before you can take a deep breath.
You know what I just now realized?
Yeah.
You're wearing orange and blue.
Yes.
And he's wearing black.
He's dressed for a funeral.
Yes.
So you anticipate what's about to happen in the second half. This is the Miami Heat literally easing themselves into finding their way to toughening, being tough and taking this game on their home floor. Jimmy Butler hasn't even gotten going yet. Bam Adebayo has been terrific, catching it in the paint, making this short shot, dunking on the post, being very aggressive, scoring the basketball. If the Knicks are going to find a way to win this game, Stephen A., they might have to do something that they did against the Cavs. You got to consider giving Obi Toppin some of Julius Randle's minutes.
Yes.
And see, like that's something that's always tricky when you have an all-NBA performer, but that's something they may need to consider because he is struggling. He's struggling.
That's what turned the series around against Cleveland. He benched with Julius Randle. Go ahead and bench him again. Obi Toppin's 2 for 4 from three-point range. The brother can shoot the ball. He's athletic. He can finish in an open court. And guess what? He doesn't get down on himself and have this contagious, contaminating effect on the rest of the team when his shot is not falling. It's one thing to lose a 14-point lead, Jalen Rose. It's another thing entirely to use it before you finish spraying your hair. It's ridiculous. I mean, I expect more from the New York Knicks. You get a 14-point lead. At least scratch and claw and make them incrementally come back. But to just lose it just like that, it's very depressing right now. There's still hope. I know it, but I don't like the way this looks at all.
It's an interesting point you bring up. There was a moment in time yesterday when Jason Tatum was having the worst day of his entire career. And you might think to yourself, well, do they need to try and take him off the floor? And, of course, he completely turned it on and won that game for the fourth quarter. I'm not comparing Julius Randle to Jason Tatum. Don't get me wrong. But he is arguably the best, if not then the second best player on this team. In a game when your season is on the line, you're suggesting they take him out and try and find another answer.
You got to consider it. Like, it's all hands on deck. And if Obi Toppin is going to be a productive performer for you, and Julius Randle is not only going to struggle shooting the ball, but struggle with turnovers and struggle defensively because Bam Adebayo is having his way, that's something that you have to consider. He's done it before.
Yes.
So therefore, you might have to consider doing it again. But you want to get it, if you're a Knicks fan, you hope that he gets going. You hope R.J. Barrett gets themselves going. But Miami Heat are doing a terrific job.
Jalen knows this, man. Jalen knows this. You put Julius Randle back in the game to start the second half. The hook is quick, Greeny. It's quick. You don't wait. You can tell, if you're Tom Thibodeau, you could tell his mood, his body language, whether or not he's defeated. Jalen knows this. You're playing, you're on the court with somebody. Okay, force this dude to do this. He doesn't like to do this. Force him to do this here. Force him with those fallaways. Force him with the contested threes. When they're not dropping, he's going to droop. He's going to get despondent, and it's going to affect the rest of his game. Get him out of there the second you see it.
But let's recognize game. How good is Jalen Brunson?
So good.
How good is he not creating his own shot, getting to his spot, a terrific leader? And as you mentioned, when he went out of the game, that's when the 8-0 run actually started. You might have to consider just playing him the whole second.
Yeah, Brunson has scored 20 points at least in every game of this postseason. When they benched Randle, it was somewhat easy to explain early in that Cleveland series because he was coming off the injury. They were able to say he wasn't healthy yet. In this case, you are genuinely benching an all-NBA player in a game where your season is on the line.
Well, what happens is you don't really have to just quote-unquote bench him. Well, you substitute him,
That's right.
You put in Toppin, Toppin plays well, and then you just ride him for the minutes. That's what basically ends up happening.
That's all we're talking about here. And by the way, don't absolve
He
R.J.
can get
Barrett
going.
either.
Yeah.
1 for 5. I need more. I need more.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.